Hello, everyone. It's your girl Tay here from Let's Talk Wild, bringing you another Naked and Afraid episode review and recap. This is season 18, episode 8, Toxic Redemption. Yeah, we got four bros, okay, here on the challenge trying to redeem themselves. We are going to get into the things, but before we do, make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, turn on your post notifications so you guys can be notified when I go live. Support by sending a donation to the Let's Talk Wild PayPal or Venmo. Everything will be linked in the description box. I was gone on a 7-day cruise to the Bahamas. Yes, I had so much fun. I got a vlog coming soon. Soon comes 7 days. That's a lot of editing to break down, okay? But we're gonna get into these episodes that I missed. Okay, so this is episode 8, Toxic Redemption. Will they redeem themselves? We'll see. This was a long episode. Um, especially when it's a tribes episode, you got separated tribes and then they come together. It's a lot. It's a lot, but I made it through. So we are going to get into it, okay? So this is a 20-day tribes challenge in the jungle on an island in the Philippines where they can encounter venomous snakes, insects, and bugs, and Mother Nature's weather. Y'all already know how Mother Nature gives it up. They are here for redemption to prove that they can complete a naked and afraid challenge. Finally. So ain't no tap outs. Redeem yourself, boys. We are watching. Okay. It's four survivalists in this episode, and they'll be starting with two people per tribe, and then they'll meet up and they'll be camped at the opposite sides of a large lake before merging on day 11. Okay. So the first tribe, we have Chad and Andrew. So Chad is a family man from Canada. He tried doing a challenge in South Africa, but he let his mental get to him and he tapped. This time around, he wants to take it day by day and think positive. He brought a blade and he's starting off with a PSR of 5.9 out of 10. We have Andrew. He is from Florida. I said his name strong. Andrew. Andrew is from Florida. Florida. He works in the ICU in a hospital. He tapped out in South Africa during a 14-day fan challenge. It was raining. They had no fire, and the shelter was not good. So he had to tap. He brought a fishing line with different sized hooks, and he's starting off with a PSR of a 5.1 out of a 10. And they were given a pot and fire starter. Tribe 2, Chev and Trey. Yes. Oh, let me do y'all. So Chev and Trey are right here. What is it? It's right here. It's right here. They right here. Chev right here down at the bottom. Okay, on the left. Chad and Andrew are over on the far right, okay? So yeah, Chev and Trey. Ooh, y'all know. I'm gonna get into some things with Trey later on. Chev is Jamaican. He's an outdoor educator from Yonkers, New York. His challenge was in South Africa and he tapped out because it was cold. They had they didn't have a good shelter. He had issues with his partner. It was just a mess. But he wants to know how it feels to complete the challenge. So he's back. He bought some paracord and his PSR. He's starting off with a 5.7 out of a 10. Trey is a caver, Zaddy Trey, as I call him, Zaddy Trey, because Trey is handsome to me. He is a handsome older guy. Shout out to his wife. I hope girl, I hope you had a bunch of kids for him. Beautiful children, beautiful family. Okay, Trey is fine. But and that's no disrespect because I have my own man, my man, my man. But I can, give credit when it's due, honey. Trey is very handsome. Okay, Zaddy Trey. So he is a caver from Indiana. He just looked like he a caver, child. When they say he was a caver, I was like, you know what? That fits the description of him and how he give it up. Okay. He's a caver from Indiana. His last challenge was in the deserts of Mexico. His partner tapped out and then he tapped from dehydration. He's starting off with a PSR of 6.1 out of 10, and he brought a knife. They were given a fire starter and a casting net. A fire starter and a casting net, y'all. They were not given a pot. So Trey is like, where's our pot? Like, how we gonna boil this water? What's going on? And Chev is like, it's fine. We could use bamboo to boil the water. So okay, naked and afraid. Production gave them a little something. They say, listen, y'all can use this bamboo. We gonna help y'all out. We gonna help y'all out because y'all here for redemption. We gonna give y'all this casting net to help y'all catch some fish. Okay, so shout out to production. Day one, let's get into it. Chad and Andrew. Andrew is excited to be in a tribe with Chad. They are out near the water and they see a big snake taking a swim. So they have to be vigilant because the king cobra and pit viper snakes reside on the island and they don't want to be bitten by any of these venomous snakes. Let's not do that. Okay. They make a camp near the lake and they build a raised platform bed with bamboo with the A-frame roof. With leaves and debris as insulation. Andrew gets the fire started, but then it starts to rain. They don't have a roof built yet, and Chad is like, okay, Mother Nature, go bother the other tribe. Chev and Trey, Trey tells Chev that Chev was one of the people he would want to be partnered with. And Chev was like, for real? After I was like an a-hole to my partner. And, Trey was like, she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do either. So, it was nice for, hear him say that. I wasn't expecting that. And I guess Chev wasn't either. They set up camp near the water and they start building their shelter, making two bamboo connected lean tos. It's hot, so they drink some coconut water and eat some of the coconut as well. Now, these coconuts is going to be a thing. Okay, this episode, pay attention. They get their bamboo cups and boil themselves some water. It starts raining, but they are good. They have their shelter and roof built good enough that it will help, protect them from the elements. Night one, y'all already know the bugs come out at night. The bugs come out at night. Yes, they came out and they were biting both of the tribes up. Okay. Chad and Andrew, the termites were bothering them, and Chev and Trey, they tried to, smoke the insects and bugs out. Okay. Day two, the boys go fishing. Chad and Andrew. Chad is looking for bait, and Andrew is fishing. He catches some fish, but he's hot and he's already beat. Chad cooks the fish, and Andrew goes to cool down in the water. And they finally eat the fish, and they are disappointed. They want more, and they will need more to eat because it ain't enough. Those little fish ain't enough. Chev and Trey. Trey goes fishing with the casting net. He was having some difficulty using it, but he doesn't catch anything. Chev says it takes 45 minutes to boil water with the bamboo, so he wants to drink the water straight from the lake. Okay. Trey tells him that if he catches Giardia, he'll have the runs really bad. Trey said he'll wait until the water is done boiling. He ain't taking a risk. Chev is just taking sip after sip after sip after sip. He tells Trey, look, the dehydration took you out last time, and here you are refusing to drink water. And Trey replies, that's a good point, but pooping myself to death will dehydrate me even faster. Period, Zaddy Trey. Like, what he talking about? Listen, I'm not drinking this water. I don't care what Chev talking about. He's just sipping and sipping and sipping it. It might work well with your stomach. It may not work well with Trey's stomach. So Trey said, listen, no, I'm not going to take that chance. Keep on boiling this water for 45 minutes in this bamboo. That's it. That's all. And period, Trey. I feel you on that. Night two, Chad and Andrew. Chad is in his head again, y'all. He is in his head. He's thinking about his family. He can't rest. Day three, Chad and Andrew. Chad wants to stay busy. They go fishing again. He's hoping to catch a catfish. Day four, Chad and Andrew. Chad is still in his head, y'all, with the downtime. Andrew brings him a coconut to, show him some support. Chev and Trey. Chev is still drinking the water from the lake without boiling it. He's doing all right. No issues so far. They find some coconuts in the tree. Chev wants to climb the tree to get to them, and he tries to climb it, but he has to come back down. So they take some tall bamboo, which was really heavy, and use it to knock the coconuts down. Trey said he only got two big swallows from the coconut. He's okay with, boiling the water and drinking the water, okay? And he just said that knocking down those coconuts, trying to get those coconuts was not worth it. But Chev disagrees. He thinks it was worth it, okay? I told y'all these coconuts finna be a thing this episode. Pay attention. Day 5, Chad and Andrew. Chad is still in his head. Andrew is still trying to be positive. They go check their fishing line and they have caught. What do y'all guys think? Did they catch a catfish? Mm. They did catch a catfish, but wait, hold up. It's no good. It's no good. It's a spoiled catfish. Ew. They don't want to eat that. Absolutely not. Chev and Trey, they are in the water, and Trey says he hears something in the cattails. Chev wants to, jump right in, more reckless behavior, in my opinion. But Trey is like, you don't want to get bitten by any reptile out here. So, he ain't do it. But Trey is walking and he thought he felt a catfish. But instead they find a bunch of snails. Chev sends good prayers to the other tribe, hoping they are having good luck also. They cook the snails, and of course, Chev eats his with what? Y'all already know, the coconut. Coconut, not coconut shrimp, honey. He had some snails and coconut, okay? Coconut snails. Day 6, Chad and Andrew. Chad is still battling his thoughts. He's thinking about his family. He wants to talk to his family. He tells Andrew he's tapping out. Andrew is now naked and afraid and alone. But he says he got it. He gonna finish the challenge. Come on, Andrew. I know that's right. Let's go. Day 7, Andrew, the first official day being alone, he finds banana trees with no bananas. That was a big disappointment. He's hot. He needs water. He tries to start a fire, but he's having some issues. But he finally gets it going. He gets emotional because his father, has passed away, and he called out to him. He's like, Dad, I could use some help. And when he said that, he got the fire started. So he's very emotional. Chev and Trey. Trey wants to start building the raft, and Chev wants more coconuts. He says we can start the raft, but we're gonna get some coconuts too. Point blank. Period. Their plan is to build a floating bamboo platform secured with vines and paracord. Day 8, Andrew starts building his bamboo platform raft with some shade covering because he doesn't want to paddle in the sun. Day 9, Trey is working on that raft, and Chev wants to get more coconuts. Trey says no coconuts until this raft gets done. This is a main priority for us. Chev is standing with his hands on his hips, honey. He is over it. And Trey goes off. Okay, Zaddy Trey was not having it. He is tired of hearing about these coconuts. So he's like, look, let's go get these daggone coconuts. I don't want to hear about them no more. So he was like in a bad mood, and Chev doesn't want to get the coconuts with Trey having, an attitude and this bad attitude or whatever. So Trey finds some snails. After let things cool down, he goes back to camp to talk to Chev. Trey says, he knows he was being a jerk and he's mad enough to own that. He apologized to Chev, and Chev, did say he was a good partner, despite everything. So shout out to Zaddy Trey for being a bigger man and apologizing. Okay, I do wish that Chev apologized as well. Point blank period. I think Chev should apologize as well, but he didn't. Unless I missed it. But I don't believe he did. Day 10, because I definitely would have typed it up. Day 10, Andrew is still working on his raft. Day 11, it's merge day. Both camps have to travel over half a mile across the water to meet at an island in the middle of the lake. Andrew is swimming, basically pushing his raft in the water. And 2 hours in, he says it's sinking, and he finally makes it to shore. Chev and Trey, Chev drinks some coconut water before they head out, of course. They are paddling, and Trey is tired. He wants to stop and take a rest. Chev is like, excuse me, guys, sorry. Chev is like, no, we don't need to stop. Like, let's keep going. Andrew sees them paddling and calls out to them. They meet up in the jungle, and Andrew is excited to finally have partners again and tells them how Chad tapped out. They assess the area and sees that there are ants and termites, so they decide to set up camp near the beach instead. They start chopping and building, and Andrew finds a centipede. He says he chopped the head off, but it was still going. So over 1,000, not 1,000, my bad. Rewind that, scratch that, over 100, okay, 100 species of ground scorpions and centipedes call the island home, including giant Vietnamese centipedes, which can grow up to 10 inches in length. It has venom that could cause bad reactions and even death. So, yes, the wild is here, honey, the animals. Chev finds a centipede too, and Trey is like, that's two back to back. That means there are more. Then Trey gets bit in his private area by a scorpion and he started feeling some shooting pains. So, honey, they was out there. They was that new location. It was a pain, literally. But he survives and he takes a rest. Night 11, they are still up working on their platform bid, which they decided won't be getting done. So they sleep on the rocky beach. Day 12, Chev is out and he thinks he found some wild yam and takes it back to camp to show the boys. He roasts it and they eat it. The yam provides some energy and they start working on their platform bed again. Trey is down at the water and Andrew and Chev have a back and forth. Andrew wants to build a shelter with a roof. Chev wants to get food and hydrate. And Chev said his focus is to eat, sleep, and repeat. He said what he said. Day 13, they need food. Trey goes out to forage to try to find some wild yam. Nothing. Day 14, still no wild yam. Day 15, Trey is catching some tiny fish to use as bait. Andrew still wants a roof on the shelter, but if Chev and Trey ain't worried about it, he'd rather not push it because basically he's outnumbered. He goes fishing and he catches nothing. Day 16, they are foraging, looking for something to eat. Trey finds what he thinks is wild yam. They aren't sure. He rubs some of it on his wrist and he didn't have a bad reaction. So, they decide to eat it. Night 16, they cook the mystery root and Chev eats some and immediately spits it out. Their mouths are on fire, tongues are swollen, it's hard to swallow. They call in the medic and they identify the root as elephant foot. It can be eaten, but it has to be washed completely. So, the medic tells them, listen, all they have to do is drink lots of water to flush it out of their bodies. Day 17, Andrew is okay. He didn't eat the elephant foot. Chev and Trey are doing okay. Despite the circumstances, Andrew still wants a roof, and Chev and Trey want to focus on having energy to fix up the raft. Andrew is worried about the rain, it getting cold, and then, what if they have to tap out when they're close to the end, close to the finish line? Chev says the tree canopy is good and will help protect them from the rain. Andrew is outnumbered. Chev and Trey want to focus on the raft. It is what it is. Day 18, they start working on the raft that Chev and Trey initially built, adding more and reinforcing the bamboo. Day 19, still working on a raft. Day 20, they finish building their raft, and Andrew gives them the name, the Bambros. Bamboo and Bros, the Bambros. Night 20, a storm is blowing in. Andrew's worst fear has happened. It started raining the last night and they don't have a roof, okay? They are trying to keep the fire going and the rain and wind are not letting up. Day 21, extraction day. It's still raining, but I will say I'm impressed because their fire is still going. Chev drinks some coconut, water before heading out, of course. And they must paddle their raft 2 miles to the extraction site. They hit in the water. Trey is in the water and he's pushing the raft, and Andrew and Chev are on the raft paddling. It's rough because the wind is pushing against them, so they're fighting the wind. Trey switches with Andrew. He paddles and Andrew pushes. The Bambros are digging deep. Then a seaplane lands in the water and picks them up. Congrats to Chev, Trey and Andrew for completing 21 days in the Philippines. Okay, now let's get into PSR updates. Chad didn't get a PSR update. Like I said, I think, if you don't complete the challenge, they ain't updating your PSR. Andrew, he lost 20 pounds. His PSR went from a 5.1 to a 6.1. Chev lost 10 pounds. His PSR went from a 5.7 to a 6.4. Trey lost 24 pounds. His PSR went from a 6.1 to a 6.5. Do I agree? I agree with these, but I feel like Chev and Trey both could have had a 6.5. Chev got a 6.4 and Trey got a 6.5. I think Chev could get a 6.5 as well. Now let's get into my final thoughts. Chad, I don't want to see him back. Stay home with your lovely family, sir. This type of challenge is not for you. It's not fair to keep trying to do these challenges and your mind ain't really right and in it, and then you just keep leaving these your partners. So I don't want to see Chad back. Chad can enter, best dad, best family guy challenge, not the naked and afraid challenge. And this is no shade to him, but it's no point of him coming back. His mind is not strong enough for it, and that's okay, because this challenge ain't to be completed by everybody that come on the show, so it is what it is. Andrew, he was right about that rain coming and them needing a roof for that shelter. And I think that was his dad telling him, you need a shelter, you need a roof, you need a roof, you need a roof. Okay, because he was right. Trey Zaddy, from the cave to the jungle, baby. He deserved this redemption, and I'm so happy he did the challenge again. Love this for him. Would I like to see him on another challenge? Yeah, I would definitely want to see him on another challenge, showing some more skills. Okay, Chev, his love for coconuts is strong. Okay, listen, you could take the Jamaican out of Jamaica, but you can't take the Jamaica out of the Jamaican, okay? And I know he has done some risky things, but I will say he's very knowledgeable. He knows his stuff. I would like to see him do another tribes challenge. Let's see him redeem himself with the ladies. Some strong ladies, though. Some strong ladies. Some that have the same knowledge or even more knowledge than him. I would love to see him partner up with some ladies and see how that dynamic would go. Yes, so y'all let me know, leave a comment how y'all feeling about the episode Toxic Redemption, season 18, episode 8. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and share. Check out some more Naked and Afraid episode reviews and recaps. I got some old seasons, some this new season. The playlist will be in the description box. Take a look around at the YouTube channel. Turn on your post notifications so you guys can be notified when I go live. You can send a donation to the Let's Talk Wow PayPal or Venmo account. Like I said, everything will be in the description box. Thank you guys for rocking with me. I appreciate you guys so much. And now I'm ready to hit y'all with a new closing line: from the real world to the wild and back. Keep surviving. I hope y'all like it. Let me know if y'all like that closing statement. I like it. I'll talk to you guys Sunday. Well, I'm going to be talking about some animal news here at the channel. We got to get back into the animal news. It's been all about Naked and Afraid, honey, because Naked and Afraid takes a lot, okay? But it's some animal news that has happened while I was away on my vacation to the Bahamas, my 7-day cruise. So I'm definitely going to talk about that. But if you are here for Naked and Afraid, I will have timestamps, and I'll talk to you guys this coming Sunday. Head over to X, formerly known as Twitter. Come talk with the fans. Okay, we be over there cutting up, having a good time, reacting to the episode. So episode 9 is coming Sunday. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time. Happy surviving. Bye.